What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Fiziev versus Gamrot. Predictions breakdown here, guys. We got 11 fights in this card here, over there in the Apex, smaller cage here, 4 p.m. Jump through this real quick here, guys. 11 fights. First fight here, we got Montserrat Rendon versus Tamara's Vidal. Oh, man. What I see from Rendon here, give me a second here, guys. What I see from Rendon here, she doesn't look too bad. Consistent, straightforward movement, decent volume, punches, pressure. We look for takedown. With Vidal here, this is kind of a low-level fight here, guys. I wouldn't mess with this one too much. I mean, Vidal will, push forward. Her last fight was a win over Romana Pascual. I mean, they throw her hands, can look for takedowns, but not really have a volume. I feel that Rendon has more of a high volume on her. So I'm going to go with Rendon here, even though she's making her debut. I'm going to say Rendon by decision, 50-50 fight, guys, low fight. This is a, low quality fight here. I wouldn't mess with it too much, to be honest with you. But I got Rendon by decision, 50-50. Next fight, we got Mizuki Inoue versus Hanagoli. Inoue here, I like Inoue. I mean, I've known about her for a long time, She's a pretty good fighter, man. She's skilled, very well-rounded, striking, and ground game. I'm impressed with her. Her fight against Amanda Lumos, and Amanda Lumos is a very hard hitter, and she held her own. But she looked good in that fight. I felt that fight could have went either way. Her opponent here, Hanagoli, though. I mean, Goli is, I believe, in my opinion, she don't really have much of a foundation. She don't really have a base, really. Kind of greenish, kind of. Really use a lot of muscle, will push forward and try to take you down and power you down, but nothing really stands out too much. You don't really have a strong base in her, man. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not here to disrespect any fighter. Enough love for all the fighters out there coming out here and putting their health in the line. Your health is a wealth. So I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm just giving you guys a breakdown and what I feel from watching fights and from the fighters, right? I'm going to go with Inoue here, guys. That's for Inoue is a better fighter in far as skill set. She has a strong base, her foundation. She got a stronger foundation, and she can mix it up better, and she's more well-rounded, in my opinion. Right? Goldie will push forward and be aggressive and very athletic, but her face is there to get hit. Her technique is not that sharp. She's open for getting hit. So I'm going to go with Inoue here. I'm going to say Inoue by submission in the second round, guys. But I'm still not confident. Like I said, women fights can be up and down. You got to be careful. Same thing with the guys, too. But I give Inoue 60% and I give Goldie 40. All right. Next fight, we got Jay Collier versus Muhammad Usman. Collier here used to be like 170, I believe, and went up to like 200 and something. Like he blew up like almost like 300 pounds. It's like 260, 256. I haven't seen the face-offs yet, but I'm going to go check that out after this, guys. But obviously I could tell by looking in here. I can tell, whatever, what your guys weighs, but I'll do that separately. Collier here, I believe, in my opinion, is a more experienced guy here. He's just been in the game longer, will push a heavy pace, depending on the shape he comes in. So it looks like he weighs a little bit less. His last fight here against Bodon, he just made 265, so he cut weight for this fight, which is good, showing that he's serious, coming in there, a little bit more better shape, a little 10 pounds less makes a big difference, His opponent here, Usman. I mean, Usman is obviously Usman's brother, Usman, yeah. But he's aggressive, athletic guy, raw power, but he gasses out. And his striking is, he can, throw heavy hands, but I just feel like the experience. I just feel like Collier is just more experienced guy here, man. And I feel with Usman, he will guess. You know, if he can't get the takedown, you know, he may guess out. Just kind of hard to gauge him. You know, he's not really an experienced guy, man. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, for started out in 217, but I just feel like Collier here is a more experienced guy. And like I said Usman is raw, but Collier have seen that. You know, I mean, Collier has seen a lot more. You know, and fought for competition. So I'm gonna go with Jay Collier here. I'm gonna say Jay Collier by decision. 50-50 guys on that one though. Like I said, Usman is raw power, so if he's able to can land a shot and hurt Collier and take him down and ground and pound him, it's possible. But I like Jay Collier by decision though. Next fight, we got Jack Malkoun versus Cody Burden. And also Usman here is short notice, guys. Forgot to mention that. Usman is a short notice, okay? Jacob Malkoun versus Cody Brundage. Brundage is also short notice too, guys, okay? Jacob Malkoun here, I feel like he's just a more well-rounded fighter here with his boxing and his wrestling. I mean, Cody Brundage is like, you know, he would push the wrestling, but he gets tired in first round. And, you know, I mean, it's just his last fight here against a guy that he probably should have beaten, you know, against Dumas. I mean, Dumas is not even known as a wrestler. He's more of a striker, you know, and Cody is more the wrestler, and Dumas was out wrestling him. I mean, I'm liking Jacob here, guys. I'm gonna go with Jacob by decision. I'm gonna say Jacob 70% and Cody 30, guys. Okay. Next fight here, we got Tim Means versus Andre Fili. Means are very experienced guy, man. Hands down, this guy is very, very super experienced, and he only loses when he gets submitted. He's been submitted a couple of times, like 5 times. So this is a guy that his stand-up is pretty good, man. You only get caught in submissions and lose through like close decisions, man. You know what I mean? It's not a guy that gets knocked out. Andre, on the other hand, you know, this guy can't keep a pace. He's a first-round finisher, and he comes in there and powers you, you know, with heavy shots, knock you out, take you out quick. But if he can't get the knockout, then he fades. You know what I mean? I heard this guy have some kind of wrestling or something like that, but I don't think it's enough to hold on Means like that. And he gasses. That's why he doesn't push the wrestling, because he gasses out. And he just can't take a shot. He's facing that meant to get hit, but some guys can take a little bit more, I guess, without getting knocked out. This guy been knocked out like 5 times. So he's not durable. Can't take a shot, man. I'm liking Means here. I feel Means is a more technical guy here in the sense of like composure and more experienced guy. And the fight gonna be more of a stand-up. If Andre pushes takedowns, man, he's gonna gas out, because he gasses out just striking in the first round. So if you start to takedown and strike, I'm liking Means. I'm gonna say Means by decision, guys, but it's a 50-50 for me. Again, Andre does have heavy hands, and if he can land in that first round and catches Means, probably could put him out. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? But Andre only has 1 by submission, so I'm looking at Means to more outstrike Andre here. Maybe even get a finish on Andre. But I'm going to say decision is a 50-55 for me, though, guys. I'm not confident in this, okay? Next fight, we got Marjan versus Dan Argueta. John's here, you know, he will push forward with his wrestling. Mostly try to keep a steady pace here. He doesn't like to get pressure, though. And he's mostly like want to stay in the center and like pick his shots. He's not a guy that, you know, he want to push a high pace. Like, he pushed a high pace because he would gas out. And he wants to keep the fight at a certain pace for him, so he doesn't get tired. His opponent here, Dan Argueta, though. Dan is a very explosive guy, will wrestle, so will look for takedowns, very aggressive, and push a high pace. This guy pushes a high pace, man. He pushes a high pace. And every fight that John loses, he loses because, you know, it's just 2 fights. He loses because the pace is too of a high pace for him. So it's either he gets tired or he gets finished. This is just, you know, the 2 fights here got caught by submissions, right? Flying Eagle, ground and pound by Batista, and John Casadino by submission. But he gets tired, and a guy like Dan is going to push a high freaking pace forward, pressure, and he can get takedowns. And he's athletic and decent wrestling and striking, explosive. So I'm going to go with Dan here. I'm going to say Dan by decision. But it's still a 50-50 for me, guys. All right? Moving right along. Moving right along. We're moving right along. Moving right along. Dun, 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 dun. Then. Hey, all right. Next fight, we got Charles Jourdain versus Ricardo Ramos. This is the next tricky one here, guys. Jourdain is a skill guy, man. Skill striker, power hitter, well-rounded guy, but will drop the ball, you know. In the fights he loses against like Nathaniel Wood, Shane Bogos, anytime he faces guys that, you know, have a little bit more experience than him or are not too faded, you know, he loses against. You know, it doesn't do too well against them. Is that Ramos? You know, is Ramos like, you know, a guy that's like not too faded, you know, skilled guy? Yeah, Ramos is pretty skilled dude. Experience, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which Jourdain had Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt too. The pressure from Jourdain could give problems, but I just feel Ramos sees a lot and been there and faced tougher competition, in my opinion. He sees it, but as I said, Jourdain faced tougher competition too, but I just feel Ramos is, I don't know, may have a slight little edge on him, you know, even with the takedowns and mix it up, but Ramos will gas out. So this particular fight here, I'm going to go 50-50 too, guys. I'm going to go Ramos here. I'm going to say Ramos by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here, we have Bryan Battle versus AJ Fletcher. Bryan Battle here is a well-rounded guy, skill, consistently improving, look good in every fight. His opponent here, AJ, very athletic guy, push high pace, will gas out though from pushing at high pace, especially when he start to grapple. You know, his wrestling is not bad, heavy strikes, and we look for the submissions here. But you see with this fight here is that AJ will get tired in this fight, and what I see from Battle in his last fight here, well, his last fight is fight against Renat. You know, Renat was grinding him out for the win. Renat is not an easy dude, man. Renat is a tough guy to compete against. I mean, we saw what he did to Kevin Lee, man, in the first round. And Bryan Battle hang with him all decision. So, like I said, you know, Renat is he's a grinder and he's good with the wrestling, good gas tank. AJ don't have that. So if AJ pushes that high pace just the first round, he's not going to get Battle out like that unless he submits Battle, which is a possibility. But I'm liking Battle in this one. I'm going to say Battle by decision. 60-40 for me. Battle 60% and AJ 40. Not confident too much in this one. Because, am I confident in it? 60-40, yeah, kind of a little bit. But still be careful though. Next fight here, guys. We have Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson, part 2. Not sure why they're making this fight here, but it is what it is, though. I mean, I guess I feel like, you know, that Marina Rodriguez is, you know, kind of fading from her last 2 fights here. She's getting taken down and grinded out, right? Especially against Lomos here and against Verno. Take her down and grind her out. So that could be a way for, you know, Michelle Waterson to pull off a win, right? Go and get takedowns. But how many takedowns did Michelle Waterson get in that last fight? I believe she only got 1 takedown, and it was a 5-round fight. Was it 5 rounds? Yep, and she only got 1 takedown in that fight. I believe it was the last round. But the whole entire round, I believe she lost every single round in that fight. Got outstrike every round. So, I mean, I don't think Rodriguez is that faded to lose, and Michelle going here and grind her up for 3 rounds. Don't really see that happening, man. I mean, she only got 1 takedown in the last fight. So, I mean, Michelle Waterson is not like she's improving either, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she's improving. Now, I mean, no disrespect, I'm just saying off her stats. It's not like she's improving in a fight game, man. 3-fight losing streak, you know? I'll go with Rodriguez again, but I'm not confident in this one. Can Michelle Waterson win? It's a possibility. Like I said, you know, we look at Marina, her last fight, she just hasn't been looking good, but getting taken down. So Gomez could come in here. I mean, Michelle Waterson could come in here and then get takedowns and pull off a split decision. It's possible, but I wouldn't mess with it though. I say decision by Marina, 50-50 fight. Next fight, we got Bryce Mitchell versus Dan Ige. Bryce Mitchell here, well-rounded guy, striking still kind of need a little work, but he makes it work for him. But mostly his takedowns here. What he did against Edson Barboza was, you know, he just beat him up bad. And Topora, he was going good, but he gassed out in that fight. Looked like he wasn't prepared for that fight. His opponent here, Ige. Ige is a skilled guy to be a black belt, well-rounded, but issue with this one that Ige can get taken down. and grind it out and be on his back all around. That fits into Mitchell. You know, can Ige outstrike Mitchell on the foot? Possibility, but I think that, you know, Mitchell has enough, you know, to get a decision here, man, in my opinion, man. So I'm going to go with Mitchell here. I'm going to say Bryce Mitchell by decision. It's a 50-50, because like I said, Ige could do something here and maybe stop takedowns. But every fight I see a guy that can wrestle, he gets taken down. So, like Mitchell for that one by decision. 50-50 still, guys. Main fight on the card, we got Rafael Fiziev versus Matson Gamrot. I know I mispronounced that. Fiziev here, man. Last fight with Justin Gaethje was a pretty awesome fight. These guys went back and forth. You know, Fiziev is well-rounded. Takedown defense got better when he got taken down one time in that fight against Gaethje. Good, very good striking. The guy is quick, timing, kicking game, boxing is on point. This guy is pretty dangerous in the foot, man. Gamrot, on the other hand, grinder, very straightforward, high pressure wrestling, but striking, man, it's not really. It's kind of like Bryce Mitchell, like I mentioned. You know, he has a wrestling, but Ige can get taken down. It's a difference there, right? Fiziev, it's hard to take him down, and Gamrot is a good wrestler, grinder, and freaking Fiziev can strike, dude. You know, that guy can strike. Counter striking, his boxing, his Muay Thai, his kicking game is on point, his timing. And when I see how Gamrot look against Jalen Turner, and I know there's a reach and height difference, but he was getting caught in that fight, even against Benil Darius. So I'm liking Fiziev for this, man. Even though it's a 5-round fight, but I feel Fiziev can even put him out. But I'm going to say decision, but it's a smaller cage here. But I'm going to say decision, but I'm going to say 50-50 fight, though. I mean, Gamrot could have a chance here, a 5-round fight. And Gamrot fought more 5-round fights. You know, even not being in the UFC, he fought in different organizations for 5 rounds. He could grind off Fiziev, but Fiziev is hard to take down, man. And he counter strikes, he's quick. And Gamrot striking is not on the level of Fiziev at all, man. He's open to get hit, man. He's open to get hit. It's like night and day when it comes to striking. Fiziev is gonna tear him up on the foot. Yeah, oh yeah, man. He's gonna like shoot for takedowns, like out of like, you know, being hit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna do like desperate takedowns, and that's when he's gonna get sprawled on, and then he's gonna get tired. Once he starts to gas out, it's gonna be a problem, and then Fiziev could probably finish him. But I must say decision though. 50-50 guys, but I'm not confident in this one. Like I said, Gamrot by some means can grind out Fiziev in 5 rounds, beat him up. It's a possibility. Okay, quick look at the odds here, guys. So we're working with hungry odds. Hungry odds. Hungry odds. Hungry odds. Crazy odds, guys. Crazy odds. Crazy odds. Hungry eyes. All right, man. That's my remix. Since you guys didn't know, that's my remix for Hungry Eyes, man. Crazy odds. So you guys probably say, what the hell is crazy odds? Hungry Eyes. So I use crazy odds. Crazy odds. Yeah, man. All right, let's see these crazy odds, man. Let's see what we got here. See what we're working with. Where is that? Where is that? Here is it right here. All right. Rendon is underdog. Vidal is 240. Oh my goodness, bro. That's a crazy odd right there. This is the epitome of crazy odd. Negative 245. Leave that alone, guys. Don't even touch that. Don't even touch that, man. Dog or pass, man. Like I told you from the breakdown and my prediction, don't mess with this one. If you want to mess with it, go Rendon. Don't play around with this. Believe me, this is insane. All right, Anna Goldie and Inoue 340. All right, I can see Inoue being a 340. I feel Inoue is a way better fighter, man. Her base, she has foundation. She has better technique, well-rounded. So I don't disagree with this, but as I said, woman fights, be careful. Still, you know, I mean, by some means, Goldie probably get her down. By some means, and ground and pounder, I don't know. It's possible first round maybe, but I can see Inoue submitting her and striking her underfoot. So, yeah. Jay Collier and Usman. Usman's favorite here. I disagree. This is an even fight. It's kind of close, but it's even fight. I like Collier here. So, play at your own risk. Brundage and Malkoun 550. Man, I would say Malkoun is high, but she's a better striker, a better ground game guy. I mean, I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. So maybe he's not, you know. So yeah, so that Jacob is not that bad, I guess. Still be careful though. Andre Fili and Tim Means. Fili is one. No, man, that's if there's anything, this fight is an even fight, guys, and the reasons for that is because Andre can't take a hit, and Tim Means is known to stand up. He's this guy that can get submitted, but he's known to stand up fight, man. And Andre can't take a hit, bro. And he's only a first round fighter. He gets tired. Tim Means has gas tank. Tim Means can push a high pace. Tim Means can get caught, but he's not known for a guy to get knocked out like that. So, yeah, I like Tim Means, but play at your own risk again. Dan Argueta and Miles John. They got Argueta 180. I say this fight is more an even fight here, guys. Be careful with this one too. I like Dan, but still be careful. You know, maybe a slight favorite, which he is a favorite, but I feel like he's a little too high. Charles Jourdain and Ramos. God damn, Charles Jourdain is negative 140 something. This is a close fight, man. This is an even fight. Because Ramos is a pretty good fighter, man. He's a very well-rounded guy. You know, Jourdain, I feel Ramos is more experienced than Jourdain. But, you know, and the IQ, Ramos could be a little better. So I'll be careful, man. Yeah, I think a lot of underdogs here, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm liking Ramos, though, but still be careful with this one, guys. I mean, Jourdain could win with forward pressure, but be careful. AJ Fletcher and Bryan Battle. Bryan Battle, favorite. I really don't disagree with this. When I see from him when he fought Renat, you know, put a good, you know, fight against Renat, which is a tough guy, and he went to decision. AJ mostly is like a grinder. He can't keep a pace. So that's fine. Marina Rodriguez and Gomez Watson, it's like, I don't know. I mean, Rodriguez 300. I mean, she supposed to can win this fight. I mean, from the last fight, there wasn't. It's not. I know it's a 3-round now. The last fight was a 5, so maybe, you know, Michelle may have a chance, get 1 or 2 takedowns every single round. That's probably what she's going to do. She's going to come in and wrestle. Because you see that, you know, that Marina Rodriguez, you know, last 2 fights, she getting out wrestled. So she probably say, I can come in and wrestle. Think she can pull it off? Possibility, maybe even get a split. So Rodriguez being 300, I'd be careful. Because Michelle Watson could win. But I wouldn't mess with it though, man. Bryce Mitchell and Danny Gay. Bryce Mitchell 200 and something. I still be careful with this because Ige isn't a bad fighter. And Mitchell's striking is not really that great. He just has more wrestling. And I see from his last fight against the Poirier, he got tired in that fight and got submitted. So, yeah, it's a fight I need to be careful with. And I wouldn't go all the way in on this fight, man. I'd be careful. Because Danny Gay could win, guys. Careful. So, I would say this is more of a close to even fight here. All right. Gamrot and Fiziev. Got Fiziev 148. I really don't disagree with that. But I still say it's an even fight. So, because Gamrot, you know, you never know. You know, it's a 5-round fight. He may can get takedowns and secure takedowns every round. Pull off a split decision. Very possible. So, yeah, that's it right there, guys. That's my odd breakdowns. You guys check out my Patreon for my face-off prediction, which I'm going to put up in a little bit. And you can donate to my PayPal. And, yeah, man, enough love out to everybody. You guys keep on kicking. And